Hey, how are you? It is your buddy Fern from Overdog Digital. Want to talk to you real quick about your sales process. So I've been working with dog daycare businesses for a while, pet businesses for the last few years, and been observing the messaging that's used during the sales process. And I've kind of been able to see and through experimentation, figure out what is more likely to get someone to convert into a paying customer, into a client, and what is likely to cause them to either never get back to you or just ghost you. So the thing to remember is it's important to understand how hot or cold the lead is. All right, so if we're running like an ad to cold traffic, that's people that do not know of you, haven't really heard of you, and maybe weren't even looking at you. So if we're running, say, an ad on Facebook or Instagram, they weren't looking for us. We went and found them, convinced them with our ad copy or our offer to say, hey, I might be interested in this. They require a bit of nurture, okay? Because they weren't really looking for this. They're not top of their priority list. It's just something that looked interesting, and they said, yeah, I might do that. So we need to hold their hand a little bit and make it really easy for them to get more information. Here's the thing. No one is gonna buy from you unless they know, like, and trust you, all right? If they don't, they're never gonna give you their money. So our job in our marketing efforts is to nurture them a little bit so that they get to know you, start to like you, and they trust you enough to give you their money. So what happens is a lot of people, because you are just really busy or maybe a little impatient or don't understand the process, you try to cut corners too early on, before you've built that trust. So let me give you an example here. So I saw a lot of my clients, we were running ads and they were doing really great. I was getting lots of leads in, so I was like, oh, these people must love me. Look at all these leads we have coming in. And then I look at their messaging, because in the software, we can see how they're responding to people, and I could see the big mistake. So what happens is we would show an ad, for an offer. They would respond saying they want the offer. And then they would immediately, the ones that did not work well, is they were trying to immediately say, okay, great. Say it's for daycare. We'd love to have you in for daycare or whatever. Here, you have to go to this link and fill out a new customer application or whatever. Everyone wants to send people to the software to do our work for us, right? You want them to fill everything out, save us the time. If they are warm leads or they're very motivated, they've looked for you, they will go out and they will do that. Cold traffic, it's not going to go out of their way. So we had to change how we did that messaging. So instead of saying them, yes, I'm interested, and then saying, go click this link and fill out this form, even if it takes a couple minutes, it doesn't matter. These people, we haven't gotten there yet. They still need a little convincing. What we did is then we engaged them a little bit instead. We said, okay, great. Well, we talked about their dog a little bit, what kind of dog you have, ever been to daycare, just a little back and forth. We're doing this via text typically, but it could be by email, it could be in person, whatever it is. And then we get them to make a verbal commitment. And I say, okay, great. Everything sounds awesome. Great. When would you like to bring your dog in? All right. Now, I know you guys need to get vet records. You need to, get a whole bunch of things filled out first. However, before we ask them to do all that stuff, I want them to make a verbal commitment. So we say, hey, when can you come in? And they say, next Tuesday. Awesome. I have you in the book next Tuesday. You're all set. Then I say, okay, before we come in, we need to get your paperwork set up. Go to this link, fill out the information, and just upload your vaccination records. And what we found is they were much more willing to do that once we had a little back and forth with them, warmed them up a little bit, and then they made a verbal commitment, okay? They said I'm coming in. That is a big difference than just saying, okay, you're interested? Yeah, go fill out this form, all right? I know we want to push them to the form because it's easy for us, but listen, I always try to, what I do with clients is I say, let's figure out what your lifetime value of a customer is. And we figured out most daycares and boarding and pet businesses with multiple services, your average lifetime value is averaging around $10,000 per person. So if this person is potentially worth 10 grand to you, don't you think they're worth a little nurture, a little back and forth? So that's my message here today is don't keep sending them throwing everybody over to fill out this form when we haven't built the rapport, we haven't got to know them, or we haven't closed them yet. All right, they're not customers just yet. The warmer the traffic, the more they've gotten already to know you and stuff, then you can make a big ask like that and tell them to take their time and do that. But in the beginning, cold traffic, we haven't really built the rapport yet. We need to do that first, okay? So, and that's one of the biggest things I see here, again, looking at the software and the conversations that I see that a lot of people are doing. We're trying to, and I'm all for automation and trying to streamline things and save you time. But there are some cases where we need to actually nurture, and make sure, and it's all about making, now it's easy for us, what's easier for them? How do we make it easy for them to give you money? All right, we can't put obstacles. We can't add friction to the sales process, all right? So that is my advice for you. Don't send them right to a form, and do your own testing and see the conversion rate of people who you send that link to, and do they all do it and everything? Warm traffic will, cold traffic will never do it. All right. Hope that was helpful. If you need guidance or help, reach out to us here at Overdog. We have a couple of different programs that might be able to help you out, so we can do our best to help you with that if you need. All right. Have a great day. I'll talk to you soon.